Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another Masters of Horror installment with a budding Master of Horror, Ty West. Alright, so let's jump right into it. Ty West was born October 5th, 1980 and is best known for his films The Innkeepers and The House of the Devil. So my favorite films that he has directed are the ones I just mentioned, The Innkeepers and The House of the Devil. I love The Innkeepers so much. I feel like it is a super underrated haunted house, haunted location movie. It's a slow burn, and that seems to be West's thing. If you don't like slow burns, I don't know, if you'll enjoy his movies if you haven't already seen them. But I'll get to this a little bit later. I feel like he does slow burns so right. It's one of those slow burns that has the batshit crazy shit hits the fan payoff at the end. So they don't just fizzle out, they explode. The House of the Devil is also amazing. I don't think I've met anyone yet, or I've encountered anyone yet that has seen that movie and hasn't liked it. I'm sure there are those of you out there, like, there's nothing wrong with that. I think even like a lot of people that don't typically like slow burn horror movies, at least a few that I've talked to, actually like this movie also, just because it's so well done. It's good 80s nostalgia, but not like shoving it down your throat 80s nostalgia, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to go too off on a tangent on this, but
it just feels like it was made in the 80s. Do you know what I mean? Because like, there's a difference between a movie that was actually made in the 80s and came out in the 80s and a movie that was made today that's like 80s nostalgia, because those movies like punch it down your throat that it's an 80s movie, and then the ones actually made in the 80s just, like, they don't, because they're not 80s nostalgia. That's not what they, do you know what I mean? Is that like, that makes sense, right? You guys know what I'm getting at, right?
The House of the Devil, while it came out in 2009? I don't think I wrote it down actually. I think it was like 2009 or 2007 or something like that. While it wasn't actually made in the 80s, it has that feeling that it was actually made in the 80s. Hopefully all of that made sense. Favorite scene from the movies, I actually have two here. First is from The House of the Devil. The scene where Jocelyn Donahue, who is playing Samantha in the movie, is bopping to the Fixes One Thing Leads to Another. Not only just because it's a catchy as hell song, it's just like an incredibly normal and unassuming scene that just happens to be the catalyst for the shit hitting the fan. I won't spoil why, but this scene leads to, one thing leads to another. That just occurred to my brain. That scene leads to her finding out a bit of information that changes everything that's going on in the house, basically. And that's as far as I'll go with that. I won't spoil exactly what happens at the end, so if you haven't seen it, definitely don't look up spoilers and just go watch the movie. Other scene that I really like is from The Innkeepers, when Claire, who's played by Sarah Paxton, gets trapped in the basement. And this is like at the end of the movie, basically. And it's like right at the end of that scene, like she's crawling up the steps and trying to get out of the basement, and a ghost is hot on her tail, and it's not like a CGI ghost or anything, it's an actor in makeup. But for some reason, the look of that ghost really gets to me. I don't know why. It's just, it really creeps me out, and the image of that ghost like in that darkened basement in that scene is just, it just freaked me out, and it really got to me. Like when I first saw it, like it really scared me. In terms of favorite kills, never mind. I'm gonna have to spoil a little bit of House of the Devil. It's Megan's death in that. Like, I shat my pants during that scene. Did not see that coming, and it happens so fast, and it's just so matter of fact that like it blew my mind. Pun so not intended / actually intended. Also like the Kool-Aid scene in Ty West's film The Sacrament, which is heavily based around Jonestown. So I'm sure we all know what happened there, and you can listen to the audio of the actual mass suicide, but seeing it recreated in the film and the children being injected / force-fed the poison like in this movie was so hard to watch, knowing that that actually happened in real life. It's just like, it's like a bone chilling scene. It was really freaky. In terms of a favorite quote, this is going to be from the director yet again. I rarely ever pick ones that are from their movies. But this is from an interview that Ty West did, and this is part of his answer to a question about like his films being labeled as slow burns. And he says, and I quote, "To me, it's not so much that the movies are slow paced as much as they are about spending time building a relationship between the audience and the characters. If you don't spend an adequate amount of time doing this, then how can you expect to scare anyone?" Love that quote because it perfectly explains why I love a good slow burn horror movie, because if it's done right, during all this slow buildup, you're getting to know the characters, which you guys know I love. So once you've spent all this time with them, once the shit hits the fan, like you are scared out of your mind for this character because you feel like you know them. That's why I love a good slow burn horror movie. In terms of films of his I haven't seen, quite a few. He did Cabin Fever 2, Spring Fever, which I have not seen, Trigger Man and In the Valley of Violence, but as I understand it, neither of those are horror films. The Roost and VHS, or at least I don't think I saw his segment. I've said this before, but I did not make it very far in that movie. That is the only found footage horror movie to actually make me a little bit motion sick, mostly just a headache, but I could not make it through that movie. Like, not because it was bad, it was just giving me an awful headache. So I don't think I made it to his segment in the movie. I think his was Second Honeymoon I saw online. It didn't sound familiar, so I don't think I've seen it. Finally, what do you like / dislike about them as a director? We all know I never pick dislike anyway, but if it wasn't apparent enough from this whole video, what I like about his movies is that they are like slow burns done so right. Like, I always highly recommend The Innkeepers and The House of the Devil, even The Sacrament to an extent, as an example of a well done slow burn horror movie. Let me know what your favorite Ty West film is in the comment section down below. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can ring that notification bell down there to be notified every time I post a video. Sometimes it works. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!
This video is brought to you by all these lovely creepy patron peeps that you see listed on the left-hand side of the screen. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link that is in the description of this video. No pressure, but it's there if you want to check it out. Thanks for watching. Bye!